Hi, I'm Mark Ryman, Learning Center agronomist here at Gothenburg, and we're out, just looking at the corn residue a little bit, trying to make some decisions on it. But it is a key time of year. I know we're a little ways before planting, but we are thinking about, those nitrogen strategies, a lot of our plans for this growing season. So the trial I wanted to visit with you today about was one that we did in years 2020 and 2021, looking at kind of the response of different corn products to our nitrogen strategy, so our nitrogen application strategies, being all up front or a split application strategy. And we've done research in the past looking at specific corn products and being like, okay, do certain products respond differently? And we really, haven't been able to get significant differences with all the noise there's been. So we kind of took a step back and said, okay, what about different product classes? So we came up with products that have really good late season plant health, products that have really low late season plant health, or good and poor kind of end of season looks to them. And then we also did products with good ear flex or high ear flex. So if you plant them thinner, you'll get bigger ears and responses like that, versus the more fixed ear products. So we split them into those classes, and we actually took a look at them with a project where we did a split nitrogen application through drip tape versus one where we did all up front application. So in the kind of the trial details, we actually set it up. We've got a silt loam soil. We took a soil test on 4-1, and it indicated we needed about 189 pounds of nitrogen on the year. This is behind soybeans, so we had a legume credit and some things like that in there to account for the amount of nitrogen that we needed. The treatments themselves, so the upfront nitrogen, we actually took and applied some of our nitrogen with strip till in both treatments, but then we applied 160 pounds of nitrogen with our side dress machine on 512 when the corn was about at V1, and then we came back, we put 40 pounds of nitrogen to kind of give our corn a little bit of a boost on our split nitrogen application, and then the remaining 120 pounds went on through drip tape in 30-pound increments through the rest of the season. And then we used different corn product classes. We had 3 products that had good late season plant health, 3 products that had low late season plant health, and then 3 products with a lot of ear flex, and 3 products with a more fixed ear type to them. And during the growing season, you couldn't see a lot of visible differences. Maybe towards the end, you thought you could see, maybe you could see a little nitrogen stress where you did everything up front. But the one thing that we saw coming out of those hybrid classes was we saw about a 23 bushel yield improvement with the split nitrogen application in those products that had really good late season plant health. And that's a consistent thing we've seen years 2020 and 2021. It is something that I think is really interesting, because if you're looking at what benefit you're going to get from your nitrogen strategy, if you work with your agronomist or maybe seed dealer, they can tell you those products that have late season plant health, we seem to be seeing a pattern that they really respond well in terms of that split nitrogen strategy. In the other category, looking at ear flex, we saw the high ear flex products gave us about 28 more bushels when we used the split nitrogen application strategy compared to all up front. And then the limited ear flex, or the low ear flex, also gave us about 11 bushels per acre. So both of those were pretty nice responses. It was a little different than what we saw in 2020. Our 2021 data showed a larger response to that nitrogen, so that could be kind of year over year variation, but it is something that those high ear flex products also really seem to respond to the application. We got a little bit more limited response when we look at the low ear flex. So kind of the takeaways, if you're looking at products with really good late season plant health, it looks like it does pay to use a split nitrogen application, or those are maybe the fields you want to focus that on if you don't have time to get all your acres covered with that strategy. And then if you're looking at the high ear flex products, those are other ones that really seem to benefit from that. We didn't see a negative response to that split nitrogen application in any year. So that is something, it is overall a pretty good strategy. We just don't see much benefit to it when we have particularly low late season plant health. So that's all we have from the Learning Center for today. We look forward to sharing more information with you next week.
Thanks for watching this video from the Gothenburg Water Utilization Learning Center. For more information, please call 308-537-4500.